can lead the way on transitioning to more sustainable best practices in addressing local watershed issues, runoff, and reducing water contamination. Our Badger Bounce Back also builds on the work of the Task Force on Climate Change, led by Lieutenant Governor Barnes, which included a diverse bipartisan coalition of farmers, environmental advocates, indigenous leaders, utility companies, and businesses. Thanks to Lieutenant Governor Barnes for all his good work on this issue. We made a commitment to make Wisconsin 100% carbon-free by 2050, and we're going to keep it. Our utility partners have made great strides this year, reducing emissions, but we still have a long way to go to our 100% goal. It is critical that we take necessary and immediate steps to address energy production and efficiency. So we're going to double the required utility company contribution to the Focus on Energy program, which will allow us to generate an additional $100 million to help make our homes, our schools, and our businesses more efficient. We're also creating a new $20 million energy efficient grant program for our schools so that they can update aging infrastructure and reduce energy usage. And as we embrace an economy that will allow us to protect our environment, we're going to invest in clean jobs and sustainable infrastructure. But we'll need skilled workers to make that happen. That's why we're also investing $1 million in our Fast Forward program, specifically for training for green jobs across the state, encouraging folks to pursue career paths in clean energy production and environmental conservation. We're also creating a $4 million renewable and clean energy research grant through the Office of Sustainability and Clean Energy, and directing the Public Service Commission to establish an innovative technologies pilot program in partnership with the state utilities. Folks, we cannot afford to continue ignoring science and denying the reality of climate change in Wisconsin. I know we can deliver on the promise we make to our kids to leave them a better life and world than the one we inherited. But I also know there might be wavering faith that the legislature and I can accomplish this budget together. So I want to address that here tonight. To my friends in the legislature, our opportunity to bounce back from this crisis calls for you to summon the will to get this done. There's no time for false promises of hope and prosperity with empty words that you know full well won't match your actions. You can disagree with me if you want, but don't punish the people we serve so you can settle a score no one but you is keeping. Each time a bill fails to pass, each time a compromise ends up in flames, each time legislators lose sight of the people who sent you here, the disappointment, the resentment, and the disparities grow. We must be unafraid to agree, unwilling to wait, and unabashed about the work we have before us. Wisconsinites, when I ran to be your governor, I said it was time for a change. And I told you then, as I'll tell you tonight, that change won't happen without you. That's why, because of you, I am optimistic and I am hopeful. Because over the last year, I've seen the heart and grit and resilience of the people of this great state. I believe we can pass a budget with bipartisan support. I believe we can pass a budget that will make sure our state can bounce back and better than it was before this pandemic hit. I believe we can pass a budget that will finally realize the future we dreamed. I know that the legislature and I can get this done. Change is possible. The future we want to build is possible, because I know you will hold us to account and demand it. So let's go forward together, let's bounce back together, and let's get this done. Thank you, and on Wisconsin.